right about now. All right, so here we are back again. It is Bobby Sullivan here, One Star National Marketing Director with Nereum International, and I'll just kind of hang tight for people to pop in here. Let me give you a little bit of a background. I have hey guys, how you doing? I've been in network marketing for a number of years, created multiple six-figure income in network marketing, pastored for 2 years, traveled as evangelist for 33 years, and now football coach, recruiter, for Concordia University, and life coach. And so if you're looking for a phenomenal business, we are the number one income earners in Canada with this company in the back. And I'm really excited about that, but really couldn't do it without our team. So we have some phenomenal leaders on the team. So I want to give you some good biz bits. And so those of you who are watching from Team Impact, I'm doing a Periscope now as well. So obviously you know kind of where we are and what's going on. So here is Bob's biz bit number 5. And it is this: take time to rest. You might want to write this down, that fatigue can be extremely costly. Now, those of you who know that I have been in ministry for a number of years, quite often I'll use scripture in some of our teachings, and it is all good. Hey, Sil. And so here it is: fatigue can be costly. Genesis 2:2 says that on the seventh day, God ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day from all of his work which he had done. And so even tells us that even he had to rest a little bit. So I told one of our greatest promoters a few months ago, I said, you've got to come apart before you come apart. And I can tell you that you need to work smarter and not always harder. I am learning that there's so much available out there on social media and followers, and people want to follow you as a person. So hopefully you guys are going to be, swiping this thing out, sharing it with your your peeps, because this is always not just a Nereum deal, but there's some good life skills in here that you can apply to every area of your life, because you've got to learn the art, and it is an art, of wisdom and patience, and the wisdom to know when to push and the patience to not push too hard, because you have to come apart before you come apart. So if you attempt to be a good leader today and you lead by example, you will always keep in mind that not everyone, although they can be taught, may or may not have the same drive that you do. And they need to be coached and not driven. And in the past few months, I've really had to kind of sit back and analyze my whole style of leadership, because I had to ask myself, why was I doing what I did? Did I really care about people, or was I more concerned about a profit? Did I push to blow up my rank, or did I push because I really cared? And in all honesty, it's both. Because you got to make a living, and in order to make a living, you have to push hard, but you have to know when to kind of, pull back a bit. And some people, they don't know that, and they sacrifice everything for the dollar, and it's just, just not worth it. And this is a business. It is. And if I don't help people get their goals, then I'll never really achieve mine. And I've also had to come to grips with the fact that not everyone will be that super duper rock star. Some will just be a groupie. So what you do, so I'm sorry, so the question is, what do you do in a situation like that? You bring them on as a potential rising star, rock star customer. Let them grow into that position, and it takes a lot of stress off of you and them. So here's the question that you need to answer. What is more valuable to you, a northern star or a shooting star? And I think you know the answer, because a northern star is dependable, reliable, and never sways. A northern star type of a person is coachable, and you can count on them. A shooting star is here one day and gone the next, and they promise everything, but they deliver nothing. They're here for one flash and gone. A shooting star will keep you up all night just waiting for them to shoot by. And they'll keep you on the phones. They'll, calling them, encouraging them. It's always an endless thing. And most of these people are always filled up with excuses. Tomorrow. One notable president of the United States, he knew this. He absolutely refused to make any major decisions after 4 o'clock in the afternoon, because he knew that a tired mind rarely makes good decisions. One bad decision by a president can create countless tragedies. So you need to evaluate every new prospect and know what's best for them at the moment. And maybe they're more ready to be a customer than they are to be a promoter in your company. You've got to realize today that rest and relaxation is not a sin, because rest time is repair time. It's not a loss of productivity. It's a time for renewing. It's a time for receiving, and it helps release your potential. Because if you're a full-time network marketer like I am, great. But if you have people on the team that are not, and they have a 9 to 5 job, don't expect them to put in the same amount of hours that you do, because maybe in time they can, as they reach the upper levels of your business, but if they can't, then they can't. But if they can, then run baby run. They'll need a plan of action. They'll need prep time. They'll need to get themselves ready, because for the most part those people are always sick and tired of being sick and tired. I mean, I look at Jesus. So I've studied, I have a master's in theology. Jesus was an action man. He was a people person. He produced, he healed, he preached, he taught, and he walked among the people. But he also knew the necessity of rest and relaxation. Mark 6:31 says, come ye yourselves apart into a desert place and rest a while. So think about this as we begin to wrap this up. Daily, Jesus faced hundreds of sick and afflicted people who screamed for his attention. Many were demon possessed. Mothers reached for him. Fathers asked him to pray for their kids. Children didn't want to leave his presence, but he separated himself to receive. That's why it's very important for you to get to your company's events, so you can come apart, receive, and then have something to offer people in your business. So think about that, because life is demanding. People are demanding. In fact, the more you succeed, the more people will demand of you. The higher you go into your business, the more of your time will be demanded. So you're going to have to take time away, even if it's mini vacations throughout the day. You've got to renew yourself, refresh yourself. You have to have fun with your team, and just don't talk about business all the time. Take time to go on a date with your wife. Speaking of, one of my most favorite shows that I'm so addicted to, if you have Netflix, is Last Man Standing. It is probably one of the most cleanest, hilarious. Tim Allen is in it. It's absolutely the bomb. I'm so addicted. Last Man Standing on Netflix. So sometimes you kind of have to come apart and take time with your wife. Go on a date. Don't talk about business. My wife hates that. Go out with your kids without your cell phone. Go watch the games. Invest in your family more than your business. Because I've heard people say, I've got to sacrifice a game or miss a school play for the sake of my business. And when it's all said and done, then we're going to have financial freedom and no financial worries. And I'm like, seriously? I've often wondered what the kids really say about, or what the spouse really has to say, and just kind of, thinking about that. So I'm not going to sacrifice my kids for anybody, but it's really up to you to repair yourself. So work hard, but play just as enthusiastically. Schedule it. Take a day off a week completely. Don't, and totally, and just relax. You're going to make better decisions. You're going to see life through the different eyes, and you're going to accomplish far more in less time. So stop your frantic push for success. Take time to taste the present, because the fire of desire will always rage within you. And you've got to dominate that rage and focus it and learn to rest. And remember, when fatigue steps in, faith steps out. So this is my BizBit number 5 today, guys. Super duper be blessed. Take time to rest. If you want to partner with Cheryl and I, you know what to do. newskin4u.com, or just simply call me 226-374-8559. God bless you. Have a super duper day as we all